Hello, and today we're going to talk about a practical timepiece by Jacob & Co., the epic SF24 Tourbillon, and SF standing for split flaps, and you'll very easily understand why in a few seconds. This is a GMT watch, meaning that it can display two different time zones at the same time, and is extremely easy and very instinctive to use. This watch comes in a rather complex to manufacture 18-karat rose gold case of 45mm in width, but then you have this very unusual tube-like feature where you will find the second time zone indication, and again I will get back to this in a very short while. So this is a self-winding watch. It fuels itself while you're wearing it, something you can see through the sapphire case back, but you can naturally wind it and give it a little bit of extra juice by yourself by using the crown found at 4 o'clock, and it holds 48 hours of power reserve. Time indications are found on this slightly off-centered black dial with these gold skeletonized hands, and this leaves rooms for this apparent tourbillon seen at 10 o'clock, and this is a flying tourbillon, meaning that the tourbillon cage is only held on one side, actually on the bottom part, and this doesn't obstruct in any way how you can appreciate this very intricate mechanism turning on itself in 60 seconds. And around, well, these two features, you have an Anthracite Opaline dial with engraved city names on it. Okay, let's get to the fun part, and I guess that I'm not alone, but I remember too well when I was a kid going to the Geneva airport waiting for some guests or simply taking the plane with my family, and how much I adored watching these huge board with these flight arrival and departure information and these immense flapping mechanism. I mean, each time an information changed, I was just fascinated by it, and the best was when the entire board was updated and everything was moving like crazy with these distinctive sounds, flap, 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 flap. I mean, I just loved it. So when I get to see a similar feature in a watch, well, of course, it brings back these cool memories and again demonstrate the emotional dimension a timepiece can carry. And that's why we love mechanical watchmaking, as simple as that. So how does it work? Well, like I said, this is very easy and convenient. So let's say you choose to have your local time displayed on the main dial, but then you will be able to see the time of every other 23 time zones on the upper digital flapping mechanism. So in this example, I've aligned both time zones to Geneva time, where we are now, and where this watch actually comes from. And now you see Paris, but obviously we're on the same time zone as Paris. And it is 11:26, and you can see this here too. And now by pressing this button, time zone will simply instantaneously flip by increments of 1 hour. So what's the current time in Tokyo? Well, I just have to continue pushing till I get there, and now I can see the hour indication. And for the minute, well, I still refer to the indications found on the main dial, just as simple. And if I'm traveling and let's say I'm in New York, well, I can either choose to have the main dial still set on my original time zone and see New York time on the flaps, or do the opposite, main dial New York, and then use the flaps to see the current time in Geneva. And as you see, well, the hour markers on the main dial is adjusted by 1 hour increments, and this indeed makes it very easy to set while on the go. Okay, something I really like is how these aluminum flaps really jump so fast from one indication to the other. It just takes milliseconds, and you can just see the mechanism and guess a little bit about that in this tube-like looking feature. Pretty cool, right? Okay, another pretty cool thing is that you can naturally ask Jacob & Co. to personalize the cities corresponding to each time zone. For instance, for us, it would have been nice if it was written Geneva. It makes it that much more personal, and considering the 11 time zones of Russia, well, almost half of these flaps could be related to this amazingly huge country. That would be quite special. So the version I am showing you is limited to 101 pieces, but as always with Jacob & Co, you can trust them to come up with slightly more exuberant versions, some set with baguette diamonds, colored stones. Well, it's up to you to make your final choice. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and see you real soon.